So with 2023 coming to an end, this will actually be my last video for 2023. I wanted to touch on 5 different products or items that I use that I think you guys can benefit from and become better detailers for 2024. So I've got my car behind me. I'm going to be washing this thing. I'm actually going to be going out for a drive here soon, so I want it to look right. So I figured why not wash this thing and talk to you guys about the 5 most important things I think moving forward. Again, there's definitely more than this, but 5 things that I think really make the biggest impact. So the first thing I want to talk about, guys, and this is going to be regardless, whether you're using a pressure washer or just garden hose and bucket method, whether you're a professional detailer or just a DIYer, spot-free deionized water is going to make your life so much easier. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by foaming down my car, but the system that I use for my DI water is from a company called On The Go, and they actually have a bunch of different systems, from single take systems with dual mixed bed resins to 2-stage systems that have cation and anion. Right? I say that wrong every time, so I apologize. Everyone corrects me. Let me see here. I think it's for the ions, deionizer, so cation and anion. Right? So anyways, they have a bunch of different systems. Some are more cost effective than others. In my house here, I have a dual setup with a cation and anion. And with that system, you get a ton of water for super cheap, spot-free water. The only downside is you do get sort of a fishy smell from it. For me at my home, no problem. I'm washing outside, not a big issue. If you're someone that washes your car inside, it might bug you. So go with a system with a dual bed mixed system. You're not gonna get any odor. And one that I really like is from On The Go, but also partnered with Adams. They have one with a bypass valve built in. So you can do all your pre-rinsing and all that stuff with regular water. Do your final rinse with the spot-free water. Makes your life way more efficient and you're able to save money that way. And guys, while I'm foaming this down, I want to talk about item number 2. Now this one is going to be more specific to you professionals out there or people that want to create their own detailing business, and that is a software program called PocketSuite. That's the system that I use. It's a fantastic way to monitor all your clients, stay top of mind with them, because you can set up automated alerts that'll send them, like, if their last detail was 6 months ago, you can actually set up automated alerts so that it notifies them within 6 months without you having to do any of that work. It'll just automate it, make your life simple, more simple. And again, guys, 2024 is kind of a hit or miss. We're going into an election season. The economy's iffy right now. I think a lot of people are tightening up on their budgets, so you want to stay active with them so that you can continue to grow your business. This is the time where businesses are really made, right? When the economy slows down, a lot of detailers go away because they're not getting the same amount of business that they used to, and you can really maximize your efforts, right? So track all your customers, be able to take credit card payments is going to be a big one for sure. People are holding on to cash. Credit cards are being used all the time, so make sure you do that. And PocketSuite is a fantastic way to do it. I'll put a link down in the description for all this stuff, right? The DeIonized system, PocketSuite, all that kind of good stuff. That way, it's really easy for you guys to find those items and get to work. But again, I can't highly recommend PocketSuite enough. I've been using them for a number of years now, and they really helped me to scale my business as well as simplify my business, because I'm not doing all the outreach that I used to have to do. Also with employees, I'm down to myself at this current point. I had some other employees. I still have independent contractors that I'll sub some work out to, but this PocketSuite is fantastic because I'm able to add them into the system and it'll notify them, and they can get all the information that I input into the system right there. They can check out with the customer, have them pay. It's fantastic. Now for this wash, I'm actually using Kokemi's Gentle Snow Foam as a pre-wash, just to sort of soften everything up before I rinse it away, encapsulate some of the dirt, and be good to go. Typically, I will use a higher alkaline in some cases. This one's a nice neutral pH 7.5, I believe. Does a phenomenal job, smells good, so win-win. As I'm doing that, I'm gonna go grab the next item that I wanna talk to you guys about. Okay guys, so item number 3, again, we're not touching on a bunch of different chemicals and things like that in this video. There's tons of videos out there. I've made a ton, other people have made a ton, talking about different chemicals, brushes, accessories that you can use. There's tons of fantastic ones out there. Make sure to check out those types of videos. But in this one, I wanted to be a little more specific on stuff that you don't see all the time. And so item number 3 is going to be for when you're doing your polishing and paint correction. Visibility is absolutely key. I use a lot of the scan grip lights and things like that. But this little light from Buff Bright that mounts onto your polisher. Phenomenal, guys. This thing's so cool because as you're working, you can adjust it a little bit, but as you're working, you're able to kind of monitor and just watch the panel as you're polishing it so you can see what defects you're pulling out. It's awesome. Another cool feature about this thing, whoa. Guess I didn't have it on there well enough, but that is the cool feature, is that it is removable. So you can see it's just on like a little socket type deal here. You just pop it on, holds on there. You just got to make sure it goes over that ball bearing, I guess, because otherwise it'll pop off. Let me go ahead and get that off now. And then the other cool part is you can get other accessories to go with this thing. Pop it out of this sleeve, grab your headband mount, pop this on there, just like that. And now you have a headband that you can use as you're detailing. If you don't want it on the polisher, or you can get other more additional lights, you can actually pop this on your head and have incredible visibility there as well. So there's 1 full bright, 2 staged back and off on this one. And again, guys, this is something that I just recently started using and I absolutely love it. I've always just relied on setting up my scan grips and getting to work and really inspecting the light. And I still do that, but having this in the exact point where I'm polishing is a real lifesaver and definitely ups your detailing advantage as you're working with this little light. Again, from Buff Bright. Now I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with my car wash detail here. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up. We'll pull it inside and talk about the interior components that I think everyone should have. All right, guys, so now we're moving on to the interior, right? And a couple of key components for the interior. Starting off, number 1, an air compressor. So mine is set up right behind the car over there. And I wanted to talk about the tools that you can use for your air compressor. These things are phenomenal. The original ones were from a Tornador, and man, there's a lot of knockoffs from the Tornador. And those ones, I would say, don't mess with. They're not good. The majority of them, at least that I've played with, aren't good. The Tornador is fantastic. Until we get into these ones from the Rag Company, fantastic price. Quality is great. I don't know. I have the whole setup of the Rag Company ones, and I'm going to be testing them compared to the Tornadors to see if how much of a difference there is, because I absolutely love the Tornadors. But since I've been using these, I absolutely love these as well. So we're gonna do a test down the road. But when you're cleaning your interior, guys, having a tool like this does such a phenomenal job. Now this one, I have the cone on here that has the brush attachment, which I don't know, it's okay. It stands out in front of where the blower is, so you can actually get in there and lightly dust things with that as well. But basically what this thing is, if I can ever screw this off, geez, is this spinning, rotating little straw here, and that creates a cyclone effect and removes all sorts of, blows out dog hair, dust, debris, all that kind of good stuff. Does a phenomenal job, and I absolutely love these. So I highly recommend, if you don't have one of these already and you do have an air compressor, get one. They're fantastic. Now, if you don't have an air compressor and instead you wanted to opt for something like a blower, a electric blower, where you can plug it in. Maxshine has them, Adams has them, Big Boy has, like tons of brands have them, and those are fantastic as well. And sometimes when I don't want to fire on my air compressor, I will just use that to blow out the interior as well. So you have those two options. As a bonus though, guys, we just talked about the item from Buff Bright, the little light that goes on your polisher or on your head. They also have mounts for other stuff. So here it is again on my blower. So I can go in through the interior in an area like this where I don't have a ton of light inside. Now I have this, and I can get to work and make sure that I'm getting everything covered. So again, great job, Buff Bright. From them also, guys, just a quick, where did I leave it? Anyways, the Fur Reel vacuum attachment, phenomenal. If you have a dog, if you have dog hair, if you're a professional and you need to remove dog hair quickly, those are phenomenal. There's also like the Lily brush that you can gather all the product. That works really, really well too. But having the vacuum attachment is fantastic. All right, guys, and the final item that I want to talk about is kind of, people go either or. Typically, I like to have both. That is a steam cleaner. I personally don't use it a ton because I have my air tools and then also an extractor. But some people prefer just to have a steamer and neither of the other two. So it's completely up to you, whatever works best for you. On the extractor side though, guys, this is my new go-to. This is the Adams extractor. Heated extractor, has the heating element in it, so you're putting in hot water and pulling it up, so it helps to break up all the dirt and grime and stains and suck it out. It does a phenomenal job. This thing is incredible. Obviously you get the whole hose attachment, water injection and suction. The reason I like this one, I've been using the Mighty Light 2 forever, and I absolutely love that thing as well. One thing I don't like about the Mighty Light 2, personally, and they designed this feature, this little nozzle feature that has little holes in it. I'm sure they designed that for efficiency. It's just, for me personally, I don't like it. I like having this wide open thing so I can pull across, keeps everything nice and consistent versus leaving a couple of tracks where those little holes are. So that's just my personal thing. Additionally, this has enough capacity to get a whole car done, but it is super narrow and compact. The handle to move it slides out, so you can keep it on the rear wheels and keep it moving around super easy. And then to empty out the tank, it's really nice because the top piece is the reclamation tank, and you're able to remove it and go dump it as needed. So I absolutely love this thing. Great little extractor. Now, if you don't want to spend the money on a full-blown extractor like this, then there is the Rip Clean kit. It's at my shop, so I don't have it here with me in my home garage, but I'll put up a picture of it here. Links for those will be down in the description as well. That's where you can actually convert your own shop vac, your little, rigid shop vac or whatever else, a wet dry vacuum, into an extractor, keeping it much more as a mobile detailer. It's fantastic because you're not taking this and a vacuum. Now again, this one is small enough footprint. I don't have any issue with that. But if you're really limited on space, you have your vacuum, you just throw. It's essentially this portion of it, but designed to plug into your wet dry vacuum and get the job done. So once again, guys, that's the 5 items that I would really, again, I mean, this isn't mind-blowing stuff, right? Everyone knows of these things, but I don't think they utilize them enough. Deionized water, guys, it really is game-changing for your detailing. It's so much easier to deal with. Sometimes it can actually help improve foam production and things like that on your foam cannon. So highly recommend doing that. Additionally, if you're running a business, an app like PocketSuite that I use, phenomenal. It will definitely help streamline and help you grow your business over time and minimize your efforts. So highly recommended there. What else do we have? We have the lighting. Everyone knows you need good lights to do paint corrections. That new, I think that's called the flamethrower from Buff Bright that you can mount on is awesome. Again, I just recently started using that, so I wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. Really, really cool item. Now, when we get into the air compressor blowing tools, again, people have talked about that all the time. I'm guilty of it though. I would just use a regular nozzle and blow out areas. Having that cyclone tornado effect, like from the tornado, or I don't know if they can use the term tornado for the other ones, but that cyclone air effect, it makes a world of difference. It does a phenomenal job. And then obviously, guys, the extractors, especially when you do invest the money and bump into a heated extractor, it makes all the difference in the world. You don't want to oversaturate your seats or carpets or things like that. People tend to go really heavy with the water injection. You don't have to do that. Just work efficiently, but those things are incredible. And I don't know how many jobs I've gotten specifically for an interior detail because something spilled or whatever else, and having an extractor is invaluable. So that's it, guys. I hope that video helps you. Happy 2024 to all of you. I hope it's a really, really good year for everyone. But anyways, guys, I will see you next year. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, turn on that notification bell, and we will see you on the next.